Have you ever wanted to see Vince Vaughn flirt with a teenage boy? Well, have I got a movie for you.
Hail, hail, Blissfield High, fill our glory and our might.
Hello, my name is John, and I plan to be your one-stop shop for action movies, comic book movies, and the occasional horror movie reviews and rankings. So if any of that interests you, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and maybe smash the thumbs up as well, and comment your thoughts on Freaky, and let's get started. So Freaky is about a serial killer, a slasher villain, if you will, gets a body swap with a teenage girl in high school. Basically, if you ever wanted to see Jason Voorhees in a teenage girl's body, this is the perfect movie for you. So even though this takes place in modern day, it really felt like a throwback to classic 80s slashers. Movies like the Friday the 13th series. And the main reason for that is because there are just some awesome slasher kills in this movie. And there's a kill in particular that involves a wine bottle. It might be one of the greatest kills I think I've ever seen. There's one involving a chainsaw that, as a massive Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, I really enjoyed. And so the big takeaway from this movie is really the kills, because that's why you watch this movie. As we get into the acting and the characters, the acting was fine. I think Vince Vaughn and Kathryn Newton, the two stars, do a magnificent job at playing both roles. That being said, outside of the main character and her mother, none of the characters really have too much depth to them. Whereas, like the Friday the 13th series, Jason has that Camp Crystal Lake background story. Freddy has the story where he was like a child murderer. Even Michael Myers has kind of that evil child backstory and boogeyman type of backstory to him. Whereas this killer doesn't really have anything. He's just there to supply the carnage and the kills that you love to see. But there's nothing really particularly wrong with that either, as it does provide for some great kills that feel like throwbacks to creative kills you'd find in the 80s. And visually, this movie has a great aesthetic to it, the way they use lighting and everything. And there's a scene in particular that takes place in like a glow-in-the-dark putt-putt course, and it has kind of that amusement park feel to it. And I just love amusement parks and like fun houses and stuff as horror movie settings. And so getting into the story, the main character does have some depth to her, and she gets some nice development that provides for some great moments and that you wouldn't expect to be as funny as they are, because on paper they sound kind of creepy and cringy. In instances like Vince Vaughn, this older man flirting with like a teenage boy, it sounds creepy and cringy, but they find a way to make you laugh out loud instead of cringe at moments like that. There's a moment that did stand out to me, and it might be a little nitpicky, but there's a moment where the cop character is pointing a gun at the killer after just witnessing him attempt to murder someone. And she just lets him run away. She doesn't shoot the gun or anything. She doesn't do anything. She just lets him run away. And I understand why the cop would stick around and make sure the victim was okay. But it just felt odd that she didn't like try to shoot him or try anything. She just let him run away. Some of the side characters do feel like caricatures, but they kind of toe the line just perfectly, whereas I think like the Friday the 13th remake goes a little too far. But I think this movie toes the line perfectly to make jackass characters that you want to see get killed, particularly with one of the teachers involved, and he does have one of the best kills in the movie as well. And then lastly, just getting into the sound, I think this movie has a great soundtrack to it. It just has some great songs that just add to a nice aesthetic that this movie is going for, and just adds to the fun nature of this movie. And so overall, I don't think Freaky is going to win many awards, but I don't think it's necessarily trying to either. It's just a nice, fun, throwback 80s slasher with some awesome kills. It might be the best slasher we've had in years. And it's also an hilarious horror comedy. And so while I might not consider it one of the absolute best movies of the year, it's definitely an honorable mention. And I think freakishly deserves a 4.
You, the creepy dude in the mask.
Thanks for watching my video. If you've seen Freaky, I would love to hear your thoughts on the movie in the comments down below. And if you like this movie, if you like this video, if you just like me, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button and smash that subscribe button as well if you want a one-stop shop for action movies, comic book movies, and the occasional horror movie reviews and rankings. And stay freaky, y'all.